stuck in traffic at the border. I think this is the 4th or 5th time we've crossed this border from Bosnia into Croatia. And this is the longest wait we've had. You need to stop and give your passport. When we hired the car, we got like a book, we got a green card from Croatia, which means you can drive in Bosnia, which costs a bit more money. But we're pretty bored. Once we get through this, we'll be on the drive down to Dubrovnik. Boop 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 boop.
Dubrovnik is most famous in recent years for being the filming location of King's Landing in HBO's Game of Thrones, but it is also a beautiful city in its own right. The polished limestone streets gleamed in the bright sunlight, and we really enjoyed just walking and exploring the old town. After dining in a Korean chicken restaurant with steps leading down to the heart of the town, we found a great spot underneath the City of Wolves for a refreshing dip in the Adriatic Sea.
We just woke up. We stayed in an Airbnb last night in Dubrovnik City. We got a nice view from a balcony here. There you go, have a look. Yesterday afternoon we had a look around the old city. We took the cable car up to the top of the mountain and got some nice views from the top. Really nice. We went up around sunset, so we caught the sun just when we were in the cable car, so the timing was about perfect. And then we hiked down the path back down into the city. It was a bit dark, so we used the torches on our phones, but we got some really nice views, night views of Dubrovnik. Today we have a 3:30 bus going to Kotor. Our Airbnb is a little bit, it's like a 30-minute walk to the old town. We got our big bags. I think we might just hang out, find some place to relax and hang out until our bus. And onwards to Montenegro. Coming to you today from the glorious Bay of Kotor. Look at that. Pretty stunning. Today we are going to have a little walk around the old town of Kotor. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And then we are going to climb up the ladder of Kotor, which is a kind of hiking trail that walks up the mountain behind the town. And then to give spectacular views. I've already jumped in the water. It was really nice. It's a good day. The Kotor Old Town is a lovely little place full of small alleys and wide courtyards of white brick, similar in feel to Dubrovnik, which isn't too surprising given its location.
We did prefer the quainter feel of the town, contrasting to its location nestled in the bottom of spectacular mountains and the crystal clear waters of the Bay of Kotor. The ladder of Kotor actually runs up these mountains and the old city walls that encircles the city. There are 2 ways to access this, one from inside the city with a charge of €10 a head, or alternatively, if you exit the city from the north gate, you can find a path that switchbacks up the mountains through old ruined villages before entering the wall through an old window. Either way will take you to the top, where we had a fantastic view of the sun setting on the other side of the bay. We then took a disgustingly hot and sticky minibus ride from here to the capital of Montenegro, Dubrovnik, where we had a flight on the last leg of our trip, all the way back to where we started, Athens.
It's a bit windy. Today we are in Athens. We're going to get a combo ticket for the ancient sites and then try and visit as many of them as we can. I guess is the plan. Also try and run around the Olympic Stadium and generally see what's going on in Athens. Right? Alright. Off we go. The combo ticket in question costs €30 and grants you access to 7 different sites around Athens, including the Acropolis, all over the course of 5 days. If you're a history buff or plan on seeing all the sites, it makes a lot of sense to get one, and we really enjoyed exploring all the ancient ruins around Athens. Of course, the trip here would not be complete without the climb to the top of the Acropolis. We went a little later in the day when the crowds had started to thin out and were astounded by the colours that the setting sun cast over the white limestone buildings. Somewhere not included in the combo ticket, but definitely worth visiting, is a comparatively recent Olympic Stadium, built to host the first Bond Olympics in 1896. It's a really impressive structure, and I couldn't resist running a couple of laps to the track in the footsteps of great Olympians past. We hired a scooter and took a trip down the coast to the Temple of Poseidon, right on the southern tip. The ride took us past an uncountable number of beaches and swimming points, perfect for cooling off in the summer heat. It's our last day of travelling. We've got about Taiwan tomorrow. So today we've hired another scooter. There it is, another little white, and we've taken a long ride up mountains of Delphi. So the story of Delphi is that Zeus set off 2 birds from each end of the universe, and this is where they met. So it's the centre of the world. So I guess it's fitting for which place we're going. We've been on the road now for 4 hours now, and then we have to go back again today. So it's a long day of driving. Alright, here we go.
Delphi's setting in the mountains northwest of Athens made for a bittersweet final day on our Eurotrip. The surroundings are spectacular, and the town itself is still very well preserved. After a few hours of exploring, we hopped back on the scooter for the long ride back to Athens, and one last night before our flight back to Asia.